Hello, well, I'm back. This time we'll be learning something about the assignments and the way you write your code and the indentation. And we also will be including something to the comments. So later, when you come back to your code, and if you want to debug or to improve your code, so you understood yourself what you wrote last week or whenever it was before, just for yourself and for other users who will be improving your programs. So comments are very necessary. And okay, let's start with assignments operators. For example, in the field we did declare the variable which is private. It means as a variable that we're going to use is going to be available just for the class inside. So outside classes cannot access these variables directly. There are some other ways that you can do it, but we're not going to be talking about it now. So private and let's say string text, and we make another variable private num private integer num, and let's make another one private double num2. So here we did declare the variables that we can use later. We didn't assign anything yet, we just declared. So we've got here private is you're defining the visibility, the name of the data type, what kind of data type you'll be storing in your variable. So just to mention again, to remind you, the variable is location where you'll be holding your data temporarily. The text, so text will be an address to the location, name it address to the location in your memory. And here again the same thing, but here we've got a data type of integer. Here we've got double variable name num, variable name num2. So let's write the main method. So I think you already know this part. The public static void main is the main method, and you need to have one in order to run your JavaScript. So okay, first thing first, the assignments. And here we declare the variables, but we did not assign anything to them yet. In order to assign, we have to call them by so we have to call our variables, which is text of type string, and equal here is not functioning as a mathematics operator or function mathematics operation. It's not equal to, it's not as a result. It's just saying that this part, whatever you got, a sequence of characters or a string, will be stored at the location where the text is given as a mnemonic name, as a generic name text. So these characters will be stored in that text, and text variable contains some sort of a location in your main memory. So here is operators, it's assignment operator, so it's not like a double or anything else. So here it works as an operator, and the same thing applies to other assignments. For example, integer num equals 10 and double num2 equals 1.5 5, 1.6. Okay, so you may have noticed here we got a double and we got the integer. Okay, integer is so it doesn't, it stores just natural numbers, just normal numbers, like without a point or anything else. And in order to store something like a floating point number that you may refer like a 12.6 or something like that, they need a double data types. So the thing is that if you assign integer to the floating point or real numbers, it always runs them down, even if it's a for example, let's say even if it's like a 10.9, when you print it out it's gonna say 10, but it's gonna show error already because it's num, it's integer, and you're giving it real number. It's not gonna work. So here's the assignment. And another thing, if you want to print them out, obviously you know that already. System out print line, and you give them argument, parameters. You give it your variable name, and there's another thing. The concatenation is that joining two data types together. Some data types are string, some of them are integers, double, and when something is printed out on the screen, they're converted into strings usually. So this is a string and this is a number. So you want, how it works is that you wanna concatenate them. So here is our concatenation kind of the trick that you can use as a two quotation marks. They're not going to appear on the screen, but you'll use them to make a space on your screen between hello it's me again and the number 10. We put here num, again it's a concatenation operator, and you want to join num2 now, and as usual it finishes with a semicolon. So let's try to run this one now. So here is what's happening. It's printing out hello it's me again, and it's leaving a space here and printing 10, leaving a space here again, and printing num2, which is 12.6. If everything could be printed out obviously without any concatenations through the you could print out multiple variable names through the comma. So let's through the through concatenation. But what it would do is that it would join them all together. As you can see here, it would join here the num and num2 together without leaving a space. So that's why you need kind of a style or temporary kind of string or quotation marks, just to make some space. Okay, that's it for now. But sometimes, for example, you might have for example, when you are writing some code, you might have this ugly indentations. You might have different sort of style. So the good things about the Eclipse is that there's there's a function called Ctrl+Shift+F. When you press Ctrl+Shift+F, what it does is that it's going to format or give its default indentation and to your source code. For example, here instead of going through, you don't know where the code is, you don't know where its braces or the what the scope of this code is. If you just press Ctrl, Shift and F, it will automatically place them in the order, because this one is in one indentation, because they're in the same domain of curl braces of the main argument. And yeah, if you want to leave some comments in each of line, for example, it's very necessary to leave some comments. And in order to write comments in Java, you put double forward slash and you write anything you want. Comments, they do not execute it through the computer, they just leave them, they don't take them as instructions. You can leave as many comments as you want and they're going to be just fine. They're not going to be executed or seen by computers. It's only for us to read, to understand our own code. Yeah. Thank you.